What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Week 10's Dallas Cowboys immediate reaction show here with me, Kmess, on Birds vs. Boys. The game just finished. The Dallas Cowboys taking down the Atlanta Falcons 43-3 at home. After Week 9, the Cowboys are finished. The Cowboys are done. Teams figured out how to beat them. The Cowboys are just fine. Dak Prescott, he's still injured. Dak Prescott, we don't know if he knows how to throw anymore. Dak Prescott is just fine. The Cowboys find their footing, find a way to absolutely demolish an Atlanta Falcons team that had won 4 out of their last 6 games, playing better ball, coming off an absolutely thrilling victory the week before in New Orleans, but they didn't even show up in Arlington against the Cowboys. I have to say it, on the Birds vs. Boys show last week, I did say if I was betting on this game, which I never bet on the Cowboys, I would have taken Atlanta and the 9 points. Game moved down to about 8.5. I saw it somewhere, some books at 8, but I was completely dead wrong. The Dallas Cowboys, Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott took that punch last week in the face, and they course corrected perfectly. Sometimes it's okay to get punched in the face. I was not obviously happy with the performance last week. I still say Dallas lost 30-0. I don't count the 2 garbage time touchdowns at all. They got blown out. Wasn't happy, but sometimes that's good for a course correct. And I'd rather happen early in November than late December or January, obviously. So the Cowboys course correct. Dak Prescott, 24 of 31 for 296 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, a passer rating of 127.9. And then on the ground, the Cowboys they never had any big performances in this game, big rushes in terms of yards or plays. I mean, Pollard had 11 rushes for 42 yards. Zeke had 14 for 41, but Zeke had those 2 rushing touchdowns, which were just absolutely massive. It seemed like this was the complete opposite game in every facet than the Denver game, right? Including special teams, where, again, for the second week in a row, Bones Fossil's special teams unit blocks a punt. But last week, Nashon Wright was the player that the ball tipped off his fingertips, right, on the other side of the line of scrimmage, and Denver was able to recover and get the first down, a rule that not a lot of people knew was a rule in the NFL. This week, Dorrance Armstrong blocks the punt, and who recovers it in the end zone for a touchdown but Nashon Wright? Complete 180 from last week. Everything was cooking. People were worried, including myself, once the news came out this week that Randy Gregory was going on IR due to a calf strain. And has there ever been a team in the NFL that has had more calf injuries in one season? I mean, Michael Gallup with the calf strain week 1, who came back in this game. I'll talk about him in a little bit. Dak Prescott, obviously, with the calf injury at the end of the New England game, missed the Vikings game. And now Randy Gregory with the calf injury in practice. The team is saying that he's been having a nagging calf issue for a couple weeks now. It just tweaked in practice. So we're going to miss Randy Gregory for obviously this game. Thankfully was a win, and at least the next 2 games at Kansas City and then home against the Raiders on Thanksgiving. Hopefully he'll be back after that game, and then hopefully we can get him and Tank Lawrence back. But other guys had to step up, and other guys absolutely did step up, right? Dorrance Armstrong had a sack. He had 3 total tackles in this game. Chauncey Golston played well in this game. And then there's that man. I shouldn't even say that man. That kid, Micah Parsons, all over the field again. 6 total tackles, all 6 solo, including another sack and a tackle for loss in this game. I mean, he is just an absolute player. He's a baller. I again thank every team ahead of the Cowboys for not picking him. I thank the Philadelphia Eagles for trading with us. They obviously got their baller in Devonta Smith, but the Cowboys were able to take away an absolute playmaker in Micah Parsons. And then Trevon Diggs, right? He's done. He stinks. He's not playing well at all. Didn't get an interception last week. Got torched, right? But in this game, back on track with another interception, his 8th league-leading interception through 10 weeks of the season, 9 games for the Cowboys. I I I worry still somewhat about him in the beginning of the game. He got torched on the first play of the game for Atlanta by Kyle Pitts for 18 yards, but then he seemed to settle in. And then Jordan Lewis, Anthony Brown, both also having interceptions. All three starting cornerbacks for the Dallas Cowboys having interceptions in this game. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. This is exactly the defense that the Cowboys need to play, an opportunistic turnover defense. This is what Dan Quinn wants out of this defense. And how sweet this was for Dan Quinn playing against his former team and just bludgeoning them, not even allowing a touchdown. Atlanta had a chance for a touchdown a few times, but then they squandered it. And then they had a chance to put a field goal on to make it a 7-6 game, but they went for it on 4th and 7, didn't get it, and that changed all the momentum. That's kind of also like the Denver game last week when Dallas went for it for on 4th down a couple times, didn't get it early in the game, and bang, momentum switch. Denver caught the momentum, and they ran away with it. Same kind of thing this week, opposite way, and Dallas takes advantage of it. And Dallas went for it on a couple 4th downs, 4th and 5 earlier in the game. They went for it. Great play to CeeDee Lamb down the side. And speaking of CeeDee Lamb, another baller game for him, right? 6 catches, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns. CD is the real deal, really molding into form in his second year. And then Amari Cooper, quiet, one of those quiet Amari Cooper days, 4 for 51, no touchdowns. But I like, he's still a little banged up. I like when they don't have to force feed Cooper, right? Let him rest. Let him get his 4 touches, and that's it. And then Michael Gallup, he's back. Thank goodness he's back. Not saying Cedric Wilson hasn't played well for this team. I've loved what Cedric has given to this team, but Gallup just brings another factor to this team. The deep threat, the beautiful slant plays, the toe touches on the sideline. That toe touch catch down to, I think it was the 2 or 3 yard line, was a thing of beauty. He had 3 catches for 42 yards. And then, hey, Pollard, sneaky 6 catches for 56 yards in this game. So Dak really spread the ball around. Zeke had 3 catches. McKinnon, his first 2 catches of his career. Corey Clement got one there at the end. Shout out, former Eagle. But this was just an all-out bludgeoning of the Atlanta Falcons by the Dallas Cowboys. If you remember last year, the Cowboys were down 20, came all the way back on the Falcons. That was the watermelon kick game and won it. This year, just a complete and utter bludgeoning of the Falcons. They had the backup kicker, I guess you could say, signed him this week, Lirheim Haralalaju. He's from Kosovo, from the CFL. They've had him in and out of this team a couple times with Zerline on COVID protocol. Hodge, I'm just going to call him as, came in, but didn't even have to attempt a field goal. Was perfect on his kicks for extra points. There was one he even made, but there was a penalty. And then the Dallas Cowboys went on to make it a 36-3 game instead of 35-3 going into half by converting a 2-point conversion, taking the 1 point off the board. Was worried a little bit about what the kickoffs were going to be with Cordero Patterson, obviously one of the best in the league. I mean, this kid, though, had a leg, was booting it through the end zone, had no issues with returns. And then Patterson seemed to be banged up there with the ankle early. They taped it up twice, and then they kind of just took him out of the game once it was out of hand. But besides the first 2 drives, so I love when the Cowboys start on defense. However, this game, I wanted them to start on offense after what happened in Denver, and I wanted them to make a statement, go down the field, score a touchdown. That's exactly what they did. There was a little scary, couple scary moments there, throws by Dak. He overthrew CeeDee early, but then came back for another beautiful pass, and then the beautiful touchdown, 13-yarder to CeeDee in the corner of the end zone to start the game off. But they started the game off exactly how I wanted them to, with a touchdown drive, but then they let Atlanta go right down the field. However, the defense tightened it in the red zone, held them to the field goal, and then it was a rout from there. The turnovers, like I said, the Anthony Brown one-handed catch for an interception was amazing. Diggs had a great interception, and Jordan Lewis was playing out of his mind in this game to start. He had the swipe down, 2 plays in a row, one on Pitts, one on Gage on 3rd and 4th down to send it the other way. Just an all-around awesome performance, a fun day. The only problem I had was when Fox took the game off the TV in the 3rd quarter, excuse me. So then I had to put on the Dallas Cowboys stream in my headphones. But then I found out that Yahoo Sports, thank you to Cowboys insider Matt Yost for telling me, Yahoo Fantasy plays certain games on the app. Cowboys game was one of them. Was able to finish the game on my phone watching it, and I just had an absolute blast. Completely different feeling, obviously, from last week. The Cowboys move on, are now 7-2 through 9 games. Tampa Bay loses; they drop to 6-3, so Dallas jumps them, and now we'll see what happens. Obviously, in the rest of the NFC, with the Rams playing on Monday night. The Cardinals playing this afternoon without Kyler Murray, without DeAndre Hopkins. Like I said, I'm doing this reaction pod. It is 4:22 on the East Coast right now. The game literally just finished. I'm going to watch the Eagles game now, but I wanted to get this reaction out immediately. Elated, happy. Dak Prescott's back. Everybody, deep breath. It's okay. Sometimes it's okay. No one said this team was going to go 16-1, or is it 17-1 now? I don't even know. 18 weeks, 17 games, 16-1, 17-1. No one can figure out how many games there is. That's math, simple math. But no one said this team was going to only have 1 loss this entire season. Take the loss from Denver, learn from it, kick the shit out of the Falcons, and move on. And that's what they did. And now comes a very, very hard part of the schedule. I don't care that the Chiefs are reeling. Going into Arrowhead is always a tough game. Do I think this offense can score points on this Chiefs defense? Absolutely. Do I think our Dallas Cowboys defense can turn over Patrick Mahomes the way he's been turning over the ball this year? Yes, I do. But it's going to be tough going on the road in Kansas City and then coming back and playing the Raiders on a short week at home on Thanksgiving. So they get Chiefs, Raiders within 5 days of each other. But I will be talking about those games on Birds vs. Boys this week. That episode will drop Thursday with me and Aiden previewing next week's Week 11 games. But this was the Kmess live reaction to the Cowboys beatdown of the Falcons 43-3. We can all take a deep breath, Cowboys Nation. Enjoy this win. We have another Victory Monday coming up. Enjoy the win. Hopefully the Cowboys get a little bit more healthy. It didn't seem like they had any big injuries in this game. Get a little bit healthy. Maybe they can get Tyron Smith back for the Chiefs game or the Raiders game. I don't think we're going to see him until at least Thanksgiving. But Terrence Steele held up today. The offensive line played well besides Connor Williams. That's how I'm going to end. Connor Williams stinks. Connor McGovern was all over the field playing fullback, playing tight end, and then he played on the offensive line at the end of the game for Zach Martin. But Connor Williams, 52, you got to shape up, man. Every time there seems to be a big play for this team, there's a hold or a face mask or illegal hands to the face by you, and that shit's got to stop. So Cowboys get the win big time at home. They needed this type of win to kind of take that deep breath, put the smiles back on the face, and have fun. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday and the start to your work week on Monday. We will see what these Eagles do in Denver. Go Broncos. But thank you to our sponsors, Stateside Vodka and Odds Crowd. Go Cowboys. We will see you on Thursday for the Birds vs. Boys Week 11 preview show with me and Aiden. Go Cowboys. Enjoy your Sunday. 43-3. Bang.
Chris Hansen here, and I'm going to need you all to take a seat right over there and check out Birds vs. Boys.
I think you're completely right here, and I hate it.
Yep. Hey, idiots. Stop doing dumb things. I got 2 phones. Upset alert. I might go insane.
I think you're already there.
There's no hope. Hope is gone.
If this was an AFC North podcast, we'd be done in 15 minutes.
Bob Hope. I'm going to drink bleach. That
Be
it?
the team you promised me you were going to be this year!
This is the Consciously Hopeful podcast.
I'll be watching.